We're back, G. So,
What's happening, world? What's going on out there in the crazy land of the United States of America?
warming up for the spring. It's going to snow tomorrow. Welcome to North Carolina.
Okay, all right. Well, it's 80 degrees out here in Southern California.
We almost hit 80 here today. Almost hit 80 here today. Almost.
Yeah, I was out there looking at the Pacific Ocean today.
Nice.
Saw some big waves, bro.
So talking about the Pacific, getting back to Motley Crue, The Dirt, the review on that. So anyway, that was a pretty cool movie. They were comparing it. I was watching a review on it today. They were comparing it for the producing of it, comparing it to Boogie Nights and the Godfather, not the Godfather. Forget. Anyway,
well, I can definitely see the Boogie Nights, especially with Vince Neil. I mean, good God, he's Dirk Diggler. I mean, what wasn't he into? But hey, man, he's a rock star. That's what they do.
What's up with the part when Tommy's parents come to see him, and Nikki Sixx is in there banging his girlfriend before?
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. If you saw the movie, Tommy Lee was in love all the time. I'm really in love this time, Dad.
I know,
wearing his sister's pants, so Mom knew what Tommy Lee was. He was thinking with the wrong head.
Yeah.
And then, the manager knocks at the door, and she comes out that was a groupie, and Tommy Lee's mom saw right through her and said, "Oh, I know what you are. You're a groupie."
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. I mean, that chick was crazy. She stabbed him in the back. I mean, I don't believe in hitting women, okay? I don't believe in that. But my God, stab somebody in the back like that. That's crazy. Man. Yeah. But that's how Motley Crue was.
Oh, I know.
I'm
sure
it was a train wreck. It was, it was like you said, Boogie Nights. And to me, kind of reminded me of Boogie Nights and a little bit of Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to see everything that was going on in that time, in that era.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you used to go down to Hollywood and we'd see those bands, We'd go in there, the Whiskey and, and the Troubadour. And, I mean, just think about what we saw. We didn't even know what we were watching.
I know.
You know what I mean? I mean, there was a place here in Anaheim.
It's like my cousin Chris, he played the Gazaris.
The Gazaris, yeah. I remember that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all these guys played, man. And there was maybe 150 people. I mean, think about it.
I think they were comparing it to Goodfellas. That's what it was.
Oh, Goodfellas?
Yeah, something like that.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Something like that, yeah.
Sense.
Yeah.
But, no, think about it. Here's Motley Crue that has an apartment right above the Hollywood Strip.
Mm-hmm.
People had to enter through a window. And did you see that part with David Lee Roth?
Yeah.
That they said that the mirror hits him on the head,
right.
do him blow, and he goes, "What's everybody looking at?" I mean, think about that. He had no idea. That's like 1979, 1980. Nobody knows who these guys are.
Yeah.
But for them, and Ozzy knew. Ozzy goes, "Yeah, we're bringing you guys on tour with us. You're going to fit right in here, bark at the moon and shout at the devil." Holy crap. Can you imagine that? Yeah, oh, my God. I don't know if you remember when me and you went to go see Cinderella and AC/DC. And was at the Forum. And Cinderella came on first. I'll never forget. We're sitting there, and a guy comes up with a bag of mushrooms and goes, "Hey, you guys want some?" "Oh, no, we're good. We're good. Thanks, bro. We're good. We're going to see them. We'll drink some beer." That's about it. But,
we should have took him.
No, guy. No, that wouldn't have been good. I would have been doing stuff on the car, flying around. Yeah. But I'll tell you, though, Motley Crue, they're probably one of the better groups. Guns N' Roses up there. When I saw Guns N' Roses in concert, I thought they sucked.
Yeah.
And when I saw Motley Crue in concert, it was like Vince Neil sounded like it was just coming off the album. I mean, that's how talented these guys were, man.
Yeah.
You could sit there. I could go to my car, listen to Motley Crue, and come out and
listen to Motley Crue.
Go to the concert, and it sounded just the same as it sounded like in the CD. And I didn't mind paying for a concert like that because those guys rocked my ass off, and I knew I was going to see a great show.
Yeah.
With all the pyrotechs and light people on fire, the girls dancing, coming out in Harleys. I mean, that's all cool shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it takes money to do that, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what they knew. That's what they loved. And then you heard in the movie, The Dirt, when they're sitting there saying, look, we need to have this coming. I mean, look at Tommy Lee. When he came out, we'll call ourselves the Foreskins. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, dude, I was cracking up when I see that. I was like, what?
When was the last time you got to see? When was the last time you saw Motley Crue?
Let's see. I saw Motley Crue. I think it was 2007. I went with my buddy Tim Schulte. They had a mosh pit out there and a fire, and we were out in I don't think you've been to that place. They don't have Irvine Meadows anymore. It's Horizon out there in Glen Helen. It's out kind of like on the 15 going up to Vegas. And what's really cool about it is there's no houses around, so you can rock out and all that kind of stuff. But went there and saw Motley Crue, dude. I was sitting in the grass and seeing Vince Neil down there. And let me tell you something. Where I was sitting, it was like I was listening to it in my car.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, and to listen to a group like that and, you know, just the things that they used to do. And they're lucky to be alive, but they survived it. I mean, I don't know if you know this or not. I think I told you. Nikki Sixx's pool is shaped as a vagina.
This is crazy.
Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
Who does shit like that?
He does.
He does. Because you know why? Because he can.
Last time I got to see Motley was 2011. It was here in Raleigh. And it was Motley Crue. It wasn't Vince Neil that Tina and I we got to see. But Godsmack opened for him. And I'll tell you, dude, Godsmack rocked. They put on a great show. But the funny thing was Tommy wasn't playing the drums that night. He burned himself like a couple nights before.
Right.
I think he said I was doing something stupid I shouldn't have been doing, so I don't know what he was doing.
Which, if you saw in the movie, he was always doing. Look at his manager had to knock him out to calm him down. He goes, you want to see my day? I wake up at 7, I'm handcuffed to the bed.
Yeah.
Why are you handcuffed to the bed? And they go and show everything. I mean, look at it. Are you kidding me? Yeah. And then trying to be married to Heather Locklear and all that's going on. I mean, yeah.
He's handcuffed to the bed. He's taking the TV off the TV stand. What are you doing? 5:30 in the morning. I know, he's redecorating. He's wasted. But anyway, at the concert, right? So he had a fill-in come in on the drums, right? But at the end, one of the encore songs was "Home Sweet Home," and he played the piano though. That was pretty cool. Did. Yeah, he played the piano part of it. So
yeah, well, if you saw that song "Home Sweet Home," Tommy was playing that when Vince got out of jail after he killed that guy.
Yeah, I saw that in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he was playing that, and the song wasn't even yet. He was playing that on the piano. I mean, the guy's got talent. The guy, you know, and everything.
I think they all do. I think they all got a piece of it. You know.
Well, it just gelled. You know, and the best way I can tell you is, I know it's kind of out of left field. Like, we also grew up with the rap music straight out of Compton. Okay, with Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and all those kids. Those kids, they always said that, hey, look, we're playing this music for the neighborhood. You know, it wasn't to go tour or any of that other stuff. And then that just took off like wildfire too.
Right.
And Motley Crue was around when they were around too. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, it's crazy what Motley Crue has survived and still kicked ass, and is still a great band. You know.
Well, they grew up right there in Hollywood. You know, when we were all right there all at the same time, right there in the '80s with KNAC, and that's what we
probably
we
went
did.
by them a couple times. You know, we didn't even know it.
I'm sure we were in the same block at the same time, around the same time when we used to go cruise Hollywood all the time. They were probably
right there. We just could never
hair
that long. We just could never grow it that long.
Yeah, especially
you
me.
Know?
Especially Guido.
Oh yeah, George.
Hey George.
With the hair pieces.
I'm sure George will listen to this later.
Shave it.
What's that?
Hey Kojak, shave your head. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no kidding. Get the plugs out.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, it's 80 degrees outside. You're inside watching a movie. Got a pool outside. What?
Go jump at the pool.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Guess what?
But,
I feel. So anyway, but no, man. Like I said, that whole thing, that whole era, what they went through, the highs and lows. I mean, that whole thing with Vince Neil losing his kid. That was.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was. I mean, dude, I sat there and I watched that scene. And he's sitting there telling, because I got 2 kids, 2 daughters. He's sitting there telling his daughter there's a flower growing inside of you, and trying to make it so peaceful for her. That really hit home too.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was sad, and
what did he say? That's not supposed to happen in this universe, or something like that.
Yeah. But you know what, man? Sometimes God has to bring us back to reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to always have the good Lord in our heart and our soul.
Yeah.
And
well, hopefully that is.
What's that?
Hopefully he found that way. I mean, Tina said.
I think he has.
See, Tina, that's Tina's favorite.
Right, Vince.
Yeah. The other one she was like, geez.
Well, I watched a thing on him, and in his house in Las Vegas, in his bedroom, he's got a picture of his daughter, Crystal, I think her name was. He's got it in his room, right next to his bed. When he goes to sleep every night, he says goodnight to her. She's there with him.
Yeah.
So, and he's got that on his chest, her name.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you, these guys, they're just guys that are just like me and you that just have extreme talent, and they took it to the max, man. You love rock and roll, which I love. I grew up with it. I watched The Doors. I watched all different Queen, all these different groups. What's really weird is the group that you grew up as a kid comes in with a movie like that. It really hits home, because I don't know if you saw it, but where I was at, my part of my life, when I heard this song, and Shout at the Devil came on, I was like, oh my God. I remember being at the river, partying down, and that song came on. It was like, holy cow.
We got about a minute to wrap it up. What's your most favorite song from Motley Crue?
Most favorite song, Girls, Girls, Girls.
My favorite song is Home Sweet Home, and if you can remember this, that's what I want played at my funeral, and Tina already knows that, and she knew that from the day she met me. Home Sweet Home at my funeral. So, anyway, it was great talking to you, G.
All right, Big G.
Go ahead
What's up, man?
Wrap it up.